Hello, my students and scientists, and while we're several days out from Christmas and just under a week away from New Year's, I figured this year I'd begin the tradition of my top 10 Transformer purchases throughout the year. Now, this ranges from multiple different myriad of Transformer figures that I have enjoyed personally throughout the year, have purchased or had help being purchased or had them purchased for me. So without further ado, we're going to kick off the list with Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Radamach, or Hot Rod. In the time of 2021, we had a bit of an interesting bit, because we were going to get a Hot Rod. We didn't know, well, we were already going to get a Radamach Prime, but we didn't know who we were going to get an updated Hot Rod. Cue the Studio Series, and we did. And here he is in his 1986 appearance, where he first appeared in the very first Transformers movie, Transformers Generation 1. The movie. He's also known as the killer of Optimus Prime, and I absolutely adore this figure. Not only does it capture his on-screen appearance both in his vehicle mode and in his robot mode, but he has some very nice articulation, and considering that I am eventually going to be repainting this dude as Hotshot, he sits quite comfortably here at number 10. Number 9, Transformers Cybertron Voyager Class Victor Prime. A purchase I didn't think I was getting this year, but I was pleasantly surprised when somebody was selling him for quite cheap on Facebook, through a Transformers group. And here we have the chunk of a Prime, Mr. Victor himself, who, of course, gave the Autobots and Decepticons his Cyber Planet keys. And if you remember back when I did the Victor Prime Dual GTS review, again, thinking about that, yeah, he comes with quite a bit. This is almost fully complete without the missiles, which I think this set never came with. Oh well, no big deal. I'll have to find a missile eventually. And of course, here he is with his very nice Cyber Planet key. He is big, he is chunky, he has ratchet joints for days, and like I said in the review, this just captures the Cybertron aesthetic in 2005-2006. So he sits quite comfortably at number 9. At number 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm one short. Coming in at number 8, we have Transformers Energon Mirage. Mirage was a figure I wasn't expecting to pick up this year, but again, I purchased through Pretty Slick's Parts and Services, alongside most of the other Energon and my very first my Armada toy, Wheeljack, and of course, Energon, Ironhide, and you get the picture. And he is the reformatted version of Tidal Wave in his lovely gold, purple, and beige colouring. He transforms into a boat, and I do have a review for him later on down the line. But again, I want to get a couple of other Mirage figures for that, but it is so. And this was before they had the gimmicks of the Cybertron line. So as you can see, he is a very chunky boy. And he's a very lovely figure to look at. God damn it. Hey, Disney. So he sits here at number 8. Number 7. Transformers Full of Cybertron Sideswipe. The original Full of Cybertron mold that is literally chunk. I got this figure alongside Full of Cybertron Ultra Magnus and Jazz earlier this year, and I did have one problem. This figure broke on me when I first got it. The man who sold me this figure also provided his very large gun, which he cannot hold in one hand, and which, if you want to give to Optimus Primal, will turn Optimus Primal into a warrior from Planet of the Apes. But here we've got Sideswipe in a very nice Cybertronian form. His car mode is, it's not that great, but you know what? Back for early 2011, 20 such, not bad. Not bad for a toy that's now just over a decade old. So that was 7. Number 6. Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Radamach. You want a generic soldier? You want something to look like cannon fodder? Him. Let me present to you one of the Decepticon twins. This is Radamach, and I don't know too much about him because I never really saw him much throughout the series. or wherever he appeared through, but he's a very nice thing. He turns to a white car. Literally cannon fodder, and I love him because he's a fun little toy to just fiddle with. You know, he's fiddle. You want to transform something, but you don't want to transform something big or massive, small, or whatnot. Him. And he is perfect. Number 5. No, it's not Nemesis Prime. Pause it, please. There's this Dragon Knight dude who I forgot to grab when I went to go grab the toys, the figures. I got him from Pretty Slick Parts Services. He's part of the ill-fated Last Night line. And to be frank, he is actually bearable. Like, his Dragon mode isn't appalling. He actually looks pretty good. And if you really wanted to repaint him to look a bit more screen accurate, he is easily repaintable. My figure, of course, is loose, again, because I got the second hand. That should be picked up third hand by now. But, yeah, he's a very lovely figure. Number 4. Transformers Generation Selects G2 Megatron. Holy crap. I wasn't expecting to get this guy, at all. As I really don't. Well, let me be honest, he's G2, and that was an era that I didn't really grow up with. For those of you who do not know, G2 followed immediately afterwards from G1, before Beast Machines or Beast Wars got released. And Megatron in that series was rebranded as Tank, because at the time, Megatron as a gun kind of brought in new laws. Well, new laws were being changed that kids were not allowed to buy guns. So having Megatron transform into a Walther P-38 from the Man of Uncle series was kind of a bit of a loose market. I know they do it occasionally, that we will do Megatron as a gun, but why not make that gun 70 tons, fire 120mm cannon shells, and it's not a gun per se, it's a gun mounted on an armored chassis. And here's G2 Megatron. This is, of course, the Generation Selects version, which is a redo of his War for Cybertron Earthrise mold in his, frankly, quite dulled Generation 2 colors. He would have been perfect for him just to be bright green, bright purple, bright orange, with Megatron on the tank, G2 Decepticon symbols on his arms, and, oh lord, I would love to have seen that gun in bright pink, purple. Number 3. Dinobot. Holy crap! Finally have this figure. And I love him. Now, for those of you who do not remember, or do remember, I mentioned past time, I was looking for a Dinobot figure for quite some time to replace my Generations Dinobot that came out for the 10th anniversary for Beast Wars. Beast Wars, which I need to go back and rewatch. I did happen to see that Kingdom was releasing him, and me being, I want to get him. Well, when Kingdom first released old Dinobot here, I saw him exactly once, 6 months ago, in a warehouse, a store here in New Zealand, and immediately afterwards, he vanished. He played the, the meme of the guy going the double peace sign and then just fading out of existence. That was him. Up until last weekend, where we finally found the elusive bastard. And he is a gorgeous figure. His dinosaur mode does suffer a bit, but then again, he is the second figure within 5 years we've gotten, the other one being Masterpiece. And with the fact that they're now reissuing Beast War, the original Beast War toys, I'm only waiting for them to re-release his original toy, and I will get it. And I will love it just as much as this. Now, I do want to forward out this before I continue on. This Dinobot is here to represent a former friend of mine. A friend of mine named Devon, who unfortunately took his own life. But he was quite fond of Dinobot. So, and here he is. And he is, gorgeous. And yes, I will be doing a review on him soon. Number 2 is the most expensive Transformer purchase of this year for me. Say hello to Nemesis Prime. My first version of Nemesis Prime, and I love him. I have a love-hate relationship with him, but I love him. Now, he does come with the trailer, and of course the weapons that he does come with, which reference all the different reincarnations of Nemesis Prime, but I'm just showing off the figure. He is gorgeous. I do kind of wish they'd put a little bit of teal on him a bit more. He's like turn the silver into teal on him, because that would make him pop. I might do that, might not too. But for $150 though, this is my problem with the War for Cybertron spoiler series. I don't think they have the right to be that expensive. They are a repaint with more accessories of the figure. The Netflix series should be slightly more expensive because it's more screen accurate, it's more with some of the stuff that it comes with, but that's it. And the fact that this Optimus Prime doesn't even come with a Matrix, really just, ugh. You get the picture. But he is a gorgeous figure, and because he's based off a repaint of the Optimus Prime Siege mold, an amazing figure. Yeah, you do have to contend with a little bit of back kibble, but I would not change it for the world. If they made it the Earthrise toy, holy crap, would have been amazing. Now, number one. You're probably thinking, well, it's obviously going to be something big. It's going to be something massive. No. Number one, and I want to say a huge thank you once again to Dratini Mew for helping me acquire this figure earlier this year from October, is G1 knockoff Superion here. For those of you who do not remember or do not care, my outro says Duncan Hoover saying G1 Superion. And I was of the opinion I'd never get one. Well, this year I attended a Halloween market over in Littleton, at a place called Dead Video. And on sale, it's this knockoff for $40. After I brought in some of the stuff I wanted to buy, including a Combiner Wars Skywarp, I was out of money. So I was talking to Dratini Mew, and he says, I want to get you that Superion, but I only have $3 left. I said, that's funny. I have $37 left. We've combined our money, and both purchased this gorgeous figure. I have done a review on him. As you can see now, I've actually managed to extend the arms. He is a mess. But I finally have a G1 Superion. Anyway, so I'm going to keep talking about some of the stuff. We're putting all the figures, side by side. Well, as well as I can do them. And I do hope you've enjoyed this random year of content. I do apologise that it's been a bit of a shit show. I do apologise that, of course, there was that unfortunate defriending between myself and Cryptic Wraith and Psycho Bunny. Again, that's all parties involved fault, not just mine, so that was that. Of course, there was times where I said I'd do videos and wasn't able to do them. There were times I did recordings. They never came out to fruition. Just a whole bunch of things that I had planned to do, but never could do due to events happening that were out of my control, out of my mental health crashing, and of course, medical problems, as for those of you who do not know, I am currently, well, not currently, I am diabetic now these days, so my energy levels have been, and yes, so those are the, which one?
Big one, blue, yeah, move him over a bit.
Oh, he's on the scroll. Yep, thank you. And again, I'm recording this early because I want to get it out early. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. I want to say a huge thank you again to, huge thank you to AmberRosegaming, Dratini Mew, and of course to the earlier work done by Psycho Bunny and Cryptic Wraith. A huge thank you to Nightcap Gaming and Blazehorn Gaming for at times being my cameraman. Say hi.
Yo.
That's Nightcap Gaming.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. A huge thank you to Bart, who lent me a whole lot of Transformers to review in the last few months. A huge thank you to Pretty Slick Parts and Services for hooking me up with some of these figures. And to everybody else who I purchased these figures from, including Dead Video and IRL people. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, or whatever, or however you celebrate these holiday times. I wish you a fantastic New Year's. Drink all the alcohol you want to drink. If you don't drink at all. Be safe, be responsible. This is Duncan Hoover saying G1 Superior, and I'll catch you in the new year, folks. Bye! Bye!